Hi guys, welcome back to Modern Creep Tarot. This week we are doing something a little bit different. This is a weekly pick a card reading for July 15th to July 20th. And this time around I kind of did a grab bag of a lot of my different decks. So let me introduce you to them before we get started. So today I'm using the Amenti Oracle. This is one of my newer decks, so I'm still trying to integrate it into more of my readings. We're also doing Doreen Virtue's Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle cards. Of course, our trusty Animal Spirit deck. We're also using this personal Oracle deck it's a little funny deck that I've used I think once before. We're also going to be using Holly Simple Tarot, or actually the Fuzzy Prism Oracle deck, and also of course our lovely Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle card deck. And I'm going to give you a second to choose pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. And today this is pile 1, these little cute charms that I made. So this is pile 1, if this resonates with you. Whoops. This is pile 2. And the lovely pile 3. And for this week, since, I don't know, the last 2 weeks have felt so heavy that I really wanted to focus on some of the good vibrations of the week, of this week. Also, I don't know, something a little bit more positive, because it seems like the last, couple weeks, this whole month actually has been very intense, which is, of course, nothing new for Cancer season, so. But I figured, why not focus on some good vibrations for the week? So I'll give you guys a second to choose before we get started. Okay, let's go with pile number 1. I'll get these out of the way. And I chose this, I don't know, I think I saw it, whoops. I think I saw this kind of spread in another reader's video, so I wanted to try it out. And okay, this is pile number 1 for everyone who chose this cute little charm talisman that I made. Okay, let's get started. So right now, from the personal Oracle deck, we have the Moth. So we're definitely dealing with transformation, change, probably some ancestral healing too, or some messages. And I'll leave these Rider-Waite's. You know what? I'll pull them now. Okay, so we have Knight of Wands, 2 of Cups, and the Empress reverse. From, I don't think I said this one earlier, but from the Automatonic Tarot, we have the Hanged Man. From the wonderful Animal Spirit deck, we have Raccoon. From Holly Simple Holly Simple Fuzzy Prism, we have Pause. From Rebecca Campbell, we have Unbound. From Archangel Raphael, we have Laughter is the Best Medicine. And from the Amenti Oracle, we have I Invoke Laughter. Wow, this is an interesting, especially when, since the focus for this week is going to be like the good vibrations, like things to look forward to of this week. Let me take a sip of my tea here. it looks like whoever chose this, who chose pile number 1, this little guy, you guys have really made a decision to, how can I just say, like, accept your abundance. And it's not it's not even just that. It's you have been slowly coming into your own power. You've really been transforming into a new phase in your life. You have really kind of let go of some pretty like bad behavior. I'm gonna take a look. I don't know if this one has an incantation that goes with it. Let me take a look, but ooh, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I hope that didn't really move anything. Hold on. I guess I'll just, there we go. But that this week, that since you have been doing some major, oh, you know what, last week, or probably just over the weekend, you've done some kind of major reconditioning of your mentality. You've done some major changes. Like, I don't know, something happened, someone said something to you, you know, like you were kind of confronted with probably some old like bad habits that have just been resurfacing because of Mercury retrograde. And you know, it's probably been intense, like having the Knight of Wands here, definitely saying that you have been putting in all of the effort, like, through this change, because this change has already come. Like, you might not have realized it. It might have just kind of been a blip over the weekend, but whoever chose pile number 1, you are definitely leveling up. It might have taken forever. You might not necessarily feel like it now, but trust me, it is here. It is here now. It is no longer in the future. You are in the midst of the beginning of your transfer, of your change. Like, okay, I can't say that, because you're still in the midst of a transformation. Maybe at the end of it, like, you're just coming to some final revelations that, how can I say it? It's like, it's coming in a gentler way, whereas before your revelations were like, whoa, like these big things that kind of happened. But right now, like, it's kind of this click in your mind. You're like, oh my God, I can't keep on doing this. I can't keep on doing this same old routine. Like, I'm releasing, here, let me bring it up to here. I'm releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Like, that is important right now, you know? But now, since we do have, I think these 3 kind of, like, I haven't, like, this is not really a spread, but when you look at this as like kind of past energy, this is kind of present, this is a little bit of the future. Having these 3 cards here, the Hanged Man, is that a great illustration? Raccoon, and Pause. Having these cards in the kind of past position, you have definitely done a lot of hiding, a lot of, like, especially this is about kind of, at least for me in this spread, about hiding your creativity, like not wanting to share, being a little bit stingy with your attitude, your art, you know, whatever it may be, but being a little bit, I can't say selfish, but I'm gonna look up what the bring into balance for the raccoon is, because I just love this book so much, this deck, that, ooh, okay, I'm just gonna show this to you. Okay, to bring it into balance, make new work. So definitely this past you were doing a little bit hiding, a little bit just waiting, kind of laying low. But right now where you're at, like, you get to take a little bit of a break this week. Like, you might not feel like you deserve a break, but you definitely need to take a mental break. So, like, you need to really stop being so hard on yourself. Find, and right here it says, I invoke laughter. Like, and laughter is the best medicine, right? It says here, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for reminding me to detach and find the humor and irony within every human drama. So right now, you might be feeling like, hey, I need to start going into overdrive. Like, this is not the time to sit back. But right now, hey, it's telling you pause. This is your middle card. This is what everything else is encompassing. Like, this is why the Empress is a little, it's reversed, because it's one of those, like, you don't want, like, this is not about the time to overindulge. When we say pause here, we're saying pausing on bad behavior too. Like, this is not the time to sit on your heels, but this is a time to take a mental break, do some major, like, self-care in terms of, like, cleaning up your space, cooking for yourself, cooking healthy, whole foods for yourself, you know, taking care of your house and home. So you know, because it's one of those, like, since you kind of hermited so bad within these last couple weeks, you know, like, you probably need to just do some general housekeeping, with yourself, like, make yourself presentable and wanted in this world again. Like, if you want to feel wanted by other people, you want to want yourself too. So definitely this week is about, like, you have made some radical changes. You have accepted all these different parts of yourself. Like, this isn't, you know, like, when we see Two of Cups, we like to think about romance, but this right here is definitely talking about that divine masculine and divine feminine really coming together. And right now, since it is your time to pause, like, you're gonna have to get used to all these new choices you've decided to, like, not choices you decide to make, but the new direction you've kind of made in your life, because it is a two. Like, this is starting a new journey within yourself. So this moment to pause, find some ways to be happy again this week, so you're not just so serious. Like, it, you know, this is not the week to take everything so seriously. Like, laid back, super fucking chill. Like, you know, we're in the middle of summer, so, like, let's act like it. Let's have some fun. Let's not take everything so seriously this week. But it's definitely a time to, not necessarily to reflect within, but because that's what the pause is. Like, like, you've been kind of, you see this, like, the third eye there, like, they're finally peaking, but everything, like, hey, you've been doing so much meditation, like, so much connecting, that you need to pause your brain for a second and move inside of your body. Like, you need to unwind. You need to not hermit. And a way to remember that is when you start taking care of yourself, taking care of the things around you. And I think that this is, like, such a great a great message for everyone who picked pile number 1, because it's definitely been showing that you have been kind of having a time. You've been having a Cancer season. Like, not to say it hasn't been enjoyable, but it's been making you want to hermit, start over, you know, hide your creativity. But, you know, this is already telling us that you have released these soul patterns. You've released a lot, so it is time to take a mental break, find some laughter, find some kind of fun in it this week. So I hope this resonated with whoever chose pile number 1. Please like, share, and subscribe if this reading spoke to you. But I'll see you next week. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's go to pile number 2. Whoever chose this glass little ducky. I love this charm so much. I should move this one. But, okay, whoever chose pile 2. Let's start off with the personal oracle deck. Whoop. We have the moon. Interesting, because we do have a lunar eclipse tomorrow. So, wow, this is probably coming just in time for whatever is happening then. So I have 3 Rider White. We have Justice reverse. 3 of Wands reversed. And Knight of Cups reverse. So guys, we're definitely dealing with the subconscious. We're dealing with some deep feelings, especially people who have made some big choices, started on some passion projects, made some big decisions with their heart, with their feet, like they're running away maybe, or starting something new. But this is definitely, and I know we're trying to look for the positive. I've been asking for the positive in all these readings. But I mean, guys, you feel like you've made some irreversible choices, maybe having to deal with love, giving your love to someone new, or to a new project, a new passion project. Like you might have had to make a choice between projects and it was kind of rough for you. Or it really could be about love and starting over new and dealing with those feelings, dealing with like with the emotional, like that love you get, like maybe that love you gave that was not reciprocated, or if it is a project, maybe wasn't the right time, because we are still smack dab in the retrograde and a lunar eclipse. So you have definitely set your course for a new path, and it has been a time for you. But let's keep on pulling cards. So I don't think I showed this earlier, but I also am pulling from one of my favorite decks, the Autonomic Tarot. And we have the Hierophant. And then from the Animal Spirit deck, we have Golden Egg. Wow, okay. From Holly Simple's Fuzzy Prism Oracle deck, we have Surrender. From Rebecca Campbell, we have Council of Light. From Archangel Raphael, we have Forgiveness Heals. And from the Amenti Oracle, we have I Consume Only My Fair Share. And I don't know, this is a really beautiful spread. These are some really beautiful cards. I know that we kind of start off with a heavy reading, but I did promise I was asking for some like just the highest vibrational messages. So the fact that we do have the Hierophant, we have the Golden Egg, especially like I didn't really, I didn't really base this this spread on anything. Like I kind of saw something similar on I think someone else's YouTube, so I just wanted to try something out with all these decks because why not. But I keep on getting for the second pile, for pile number 2 that I always make, it seems to always carry such masculine energy. And I think it's because we have like the Justice, the Hierophant, Knight of Cups, and even having this masculine looking angel. It is definitely reading a very masculine energy for. So it could mean anything. Like either the person reading this, who's watching this, is male, or maybe you are just thinking about a person specifically, what they have in store for you this week. But Right now, you are definitely in the midst of contemplating decisions you've made, especially in the past. It might be about a relationship. It might, it just might also be, yeah, I just say relationship because we do have the Hierophant and, the Knight of Cups. So one of those, this idea that maybe you are starting over with a passion project. You are maybe changing you're changing your path of where your relationship, or like where your relationships are going for the rest of the year, because it's already July and you're probably looking down at 2020 thinking, have I made changes? Have I made any changes to my life, to my relationships? And am I doing enough? Am I doing enough for myself? And the fact that we have surrender at the middle of this whole spread. So I like to see, every time I see, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I feel like this always happens in pile 2. I'm like burping. Because I definitely, like, when you see the egg, I'm going to just read that one straight out, but every time I see that cosmic energy, something needs to be revealed. Something needs to be cracked open. So if you give me a second, I am just going to go ahead and read the entire thing for Golden Egg, because I feel like it is such... this book has like such a potent energy. So I will just read it to you guys. Golden Egg. Message at the center of the heart. The unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern-day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra or meditation. If you do not have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you're well on your way. Your chest may swell like you're seeing an old friend that's been away for a long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. And this deals with the 4th chakra. And the 4th chakra is your heart chakra. So I implore you guys this week to pick up a meditation practice. Maybe if it is just once a week, like I would love to tell you to do it daily, because it is something that has proven for me to be an amazing tool for me, meditation. Because this week, like you've probably been doing, it looks like if this is about a relationship, you have definitely been in your heart space thinking about, are you going against, like you kind of, okay, the way I'm interpreting it for this reading in terms of if you're thinking about a love interest, you see these hands here, and it looks like it's giving them a blessing, and yet when these two are together, like they can't even look at each other. Like you're kind of denying this energy between you, and you're kind of, especially when you see this here, all this reverse, and we are talking about the moon, like you understand how this connection is quite deep. Like you can see how this is like kind of turning together at the bottom of the card, and how it is being blessed by the heavens, but like this union is feeling so tenuous. But you see that heart chakra right there, how it's connecting to their sacral chakra. So if this is about passion, if this is about creativity, like, or in making that choice, like, you know, making this choice, this is what you have been contemplating. And to surrender to that, like here, surrender in the middle, like it's already telling you here that you're being supported by your whole council of light. It says divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. You definitely need to start calling into your own council of light. Like actually physically speak out to them, you know, and write it down. Like for this week, especially since we are in a lunar eclipse energy, and you're the ones who pulled this moon card, you have to do everything you can to connect with this kind of energy because it is potent for you guys. So this week, write down your intentions, what you want to let go of, especially during the lunar eclipse tomorrow. I don't know specifically what time, but do some releasing rituals, do some writing, do some speaking out, you know, find a form of expression of your heart chakra, you know, from your heart. Like talk about your feelings. If there's not a friend out there for you right now, talk about it with the moon, talk about it like into your journal. You've got to do something. And to know that with time, and maybe not right now, like this is some big energy for this reading, but it says here, dear God and Archangel Raphael, I am willing to forgive myself and others in exchange for what I really want, peace and health. Like wow, to be able to let go, like after surrendering, like if you in this time, and here I didn't even read this one yet, I consume only my fair share. Like if you are like, don't see surrendering as giving up. Do not overindulge this week. This is the week to clean up. This is the week to talk out your feelings, get in touch with your inner self. This surrendering is not giving up. This is reminding you to not overindulge, because it's going to be something, you know, you're going to regret. Not, I want to say like regret later, but, you know, like you don't want to be, you don't want to remember this time as like you were just kind of going ham and like just overindulging because you feel like you deserved it, because you haven't done that in a long time. But remember, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be that person anymore. You know, you're going to somewhere new. You've taken this journey. You've made a decision. And, you know, at the end of it, at the end of this all, like, you are going to, at least by the end of this week, you know, these feelings of, if you are feeling like you're giving up, or you're feeling like just this thing isn't going to happen, you made the wrong choice, like, by the end of the week, you already know, you know, especially if you are asking for help. And please, 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 like, this is 100% like understanding your own healing, and that, you know, when you call upon these people and they're giving you messages, like, you need to start acting on those messages. You know, like, this is why I implore you to talk it out. You know, say it, like, physically say it to your council of light. Physically write it out. It needs to become action. You know, we've been in here, we've been in our mind, we've been in a subconscious, but, you know, by next week, no, really by this week, especially with the surrendering, like, you're surrendering your mind, you're surrendering, like, all just the ties that bind you down, you know? So this week, like, for you. Like this should be a meditative week. You gotta do some heart chakra cleansing. Like it could either be doing some breath work. Like if you know anyone, or find some guided meditations, do your own breath work. You know what? I think this week I'm going to try to put up some guided meditations. So maybe you guys can look out for that and try it out, because I want you, like, with this feeling, I want you to really be embodying is freedom. You know, when you surrender, like I want you to feel free this week, or at least by the end of the week. You know, especially when you're getting that help. You're not even just like, you're asking and immediately getting that help. You know, and hey, if you need to forgive someone, if there is something that you need to, like, to get out there, like, you ask for help, for that forgiveness to come in, because there's no reason for you to not be doing it. But guys, like, I know it seems a little bit heavy. I know we're trying to do a positive, good vibrations kind of reading, but this is, you know, take some time, you know, get out of your head this week, get in touch with your feelings. But I hope this resonated with some of you guys, and if it did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you guys next week. So we are going to go to pile number 3. Everyone who chose this beautiful red charm pin thing that I made. So whoever chose pile number 3, let's get started. So from the Personal Oracle deck, we have Lightning. And I gotta say, this one popped out earlier when I was doing pre-shuffle. So definitely a message wants to be sent through. So from the Rider White, we have 2 of Swords, Hermit in reverse, and Queen of Swords. Interesting. Just like the general idea for this week, because I am focusing on the good vibrations, the highest vibrations for this week. So it is definitely looking like you are releasing, like you've had kind of this lightning idea, something kind of hit you this week, helped you make a decision, or helped you at least take that blindfold off and kind of move forward. Excuse me, I'll take a sip of my tea here. Okay. But like, just to see, especially since we have 2 swords here and we have lightning, and you see this little lantern, right? Even if it is reverse. See this little lantern from the Hermit. This is all about new ideas. Like, not even just new ideas, but like going through and like this change of mentality. You kind of have maybe wakened up from this slumber of this last 2 weeks, because it has been a little bit hard these last 2 weeks. You know, that Cancer season, like really getting shit through. But, you know, let's continue to pull the cards. Oh, and this is from the Autonomic Tarot. I don't think I showed that earlier. But we have the Magician. Look at that. I like seeing like this. It kind of reminds me of like a lightning bolt. So just to see this lightning, there's a lot of mental and creativity. So we have the Spider from the Animal Spirit deck. Meditation from Holly Simple. Oh, this one I forgot. This pile was the only one that had 2 jump out. So the jumpers were Meditation and Ask. And these are your 2 center cards right now. So you're doing some deep introspection this week. Pile number 3. Ooh, Keepers of the Earth from Rebecca Campbell. And we have Fresh Air from Archangel Raphael. And from Amenti Oracle, we have I spread joy. That's beautiful. I like that a lot. This is an interesting spread because it is definitely whoever chose pile number 3, this little charmer, which I love, by the way, so I'm glad whoever chose this pile. But you are doing some deep inner work, like having the Magician, the Hermit, and especially like meditation and ask, like you're doing some really deep solitary time this week, and it feels like maybe this week is more of an introspective week, a quiet, like not necessarily like quiet as in you're not talking to anyone, but quiet as in like you're doing a lot of internal work because you kind of had your big like aha moment over the weekend. You made some just like new ideas, like a major decision that you made, that you want to do something, you want to create, you want to spread joy. You know, like having the Queen of Swords here, like telling you that you're ready to spread your ideas. You're ready to bring the light to the people. You know, that information that you've been gleaning for the past couple weeks. You know, this ability to manifest, like you are getting it now. You are realizing that just going deep within inside yourself, being able to connect, you know, weave this web, like you understand your connection to your higher self. You understand your connection to your inner, like your, not only your inner light, but your actual, like your power too, you know? I don't know, like this, I know this is so abstract, but like I'm trying to see how I can explain this card. Like, not, I mean, like the Magician in general, of course, there are similarities, but just the images in this one specifically, like creating something from nothing, doubles, these mirrors, you know, and so like doing this like inner shadow work, doing the outer work, like there's just so much that has been happening in the background for pile number 3 that you've really taken the time to ask yourself big questions, to do some mental reconditioning where you're not just telling the same old story. You know, you're not just repeating history. You've learned to, you know, this week is about mastery for you guys. Mastery in some kind of mastery of the self. I don't know, mastery in like this inner conversation. Like you've learned to talk to yourself. You've learned to talk to your higher self. And right now, since you have ascended to that, like you have kind of found that spark, you have found that that way to connect, like for this the rest of the week, you have to remember that what it says here, keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Like this is remembering, especially when you're doing your meditations, to start asking your ancestors to do some work with the earth this week. If it is going on a hike, going to the beach, like get your feet on the ground somehow and connect to your ancestors through the earth this week. You know, find a tree and hug it. And especially when we have fresh air here. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me breathe easier in all ways. Like, definitely get your body moving, get your feet into some grass, because it's going to be the way that you spread joy. Like, you just being outside, like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be, like, active and talking. Like, yes, it means to be active, but not necessarily to be active with other people. You just need to get outside. You just need to move your body see something new, get that fresh air to feel alive, so you don't slip into too much introspection this week, because you've already been doing that. You've already done a ton of introspection the past couple weeks. So this week is about remembering to get outside, to remember that healing isn't just about inner work, it's about outer work too. So get that body moving, guys. And oh gosh, I hope that resonated with everyone who chose pile number 3. If you liked it, please share, share, and subscribe. But I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Bye.